And so if you ever deal with a covert narcissist in your family, if you bring an issue to them, they somehow reverse it and make it about them. That is the first clue. Shh. Welcome to the Secret Life Podcast. Tell me your secret. I'll tell you mine. Sometimes you have to go through the darkness to reach the light. That's what I did. After 12 years of recovery in sex and love addiction, I finally found my soulmate, myself. Please join me in my novel, Secret Life of a Hollywood Sex and Love Addict, a 4-time bestseller on Amazon. It's a brutal, honest, raw, gnarly ride, but hilarious at the same time. Check it out now on Amazon. Welcome to Secret Life Podcast. I'm Brianne Davis-Gantt. Today we're pulling back the curtains of all kinds of human secrets. We'll hear about what people are hiding from themselves or others. You know, those deep, dark secrets you probably want to take to your grave, or those lighter, funnier secrets that are just plain embarrassing. Join me each week as we take a deep dive into one subject matter, exploring the how, what, when, where, and why of it all. Get ready for a more focused, more revealing journey of the human experience. Welcome to Secret Life, and I'm excited for you to join the ride. Today, we are talking about dun dun dun, covert narcissists, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Arr. Literally, they are the scariest types of narcissists. They are the most dangerous. They are literally the ones that hide. You cannot figure them out. They look and are seen gentle, and underneath they are monsters. Monsters and selfish, self-seeking, self-centered, all about themselves, and they want to destroy everybody else. That's why they call wolf in sheep's clothing, the covert narcissist. Oh, okay. Here's the difference. So if you look at like a standard narcissist, a malignant narcissist, the ones that everybody knows about, the ego-driven, the out there, the ones that are loud, obnoxious, all about themselves, are very aggressive. Those, everybody thinks of that standard narcissist. But the ones that are sly and sneaky, those are the ones you got to watch out for. These are the ones that are like people's mothers. You know, the parents. These are these scary ones that I have to deal with and have to look at. Like, your mother is literally a covert narcissist. Do you see this? And you have to lightly untangle this web of toxicity that the adult child and the child doesn't realize they've been dealing with, this sneaky monster behind them that's made it all about the parent and not the child. So they are more shy, more prone to acting like the victim, the martyr. Oh my God, poor me, woe is me. They love playing the victim. They love people feeling sorry for them. They're not as talkative. They're not as out there. They don't look very confident at times. They look like they're a little insecure even. They are expert liars and manipulators. Expert. They can manipulate and lie like nobody's business. And they actually are less intelligent and have like an emptiness to their personalities. And you just never can put quite a finger on it. Like, you know, there's this emptiness there, but they're such good liars. They even lie to themselves. So it's like there's a fuzziness to them. I always say they're the most complex to deal with because they lie to themselves and lie to others so well. And they put this, like, it's almost like they put this fuzzy facade. So I can never see quite through them. And underneath, there's like a total lack of empathy. When you really break it down, there's no empathy for others. It's always about them. And so if you ever deal with a covert narcissist in your family, if you bring an issue to them, they somehow reverse it and make it about them. That is the first clue, first clue in your family, or if you're with somebody, if you have a problem and you take it to this person, they take your problem and make it about them. Because that's the first one, how to recognize a covert narcissist. They make them be the wounded one. They make them be the vulnerable one. And then they come off as being humble and trying to like humble themselves. And they are not. They are not. And they also love to use therapeutic words sometimes, like they understand, but they do not. There's a deep lack of empathy for others, and it's always about them and their fear of losing the power over other people being the victim. So beware of that. All right, so let's get into the myths or the signs first. Let's do the signs. So here are the major signs, other than they making your problem about them. Outwards, they seem inferior, very inferior. They're hypersensitive and they're emotionally fragile to criticism and compliments. So they don't take compliments sometimes, and they do not take criticism, and they're very sensitive. They get highly stressed and angered when they are being criticized and observed. They are always envious of others. They always compare and despair, always envious. So if someone's like, oh, they have that and that, and they're very judgmental, and they are aimlessly misguided, and they are completely self-absorbed, and they are secretly grandiose, like behind the scenes, they have all these, they want all these things, but it's hidden. It's like behind the scenes. And they do have inside, suicide ideation sometimes, where they're such the victims that they shouldn't even be here. They shouldn't even be alive. Like almost like you should feel where I'm not alive without me. It's insane. And here's the other thing I'm going to say. The facade they put out normally to the world is picture perfect, or everything is great. And this covert narcissist and manipulation is usually just at the home. So they don't show this side to the world. So you could go out and say, oh my God, my mom, blah, blah, blah. And her friends and the community are like, she is the most generous and giving person I have ever encountered. And most people would be like shocked because they wear that facade. When I say they are the most complex to try to pull holes in and figure out, because the mask they wear is so well hidden. The sheep they wear across the wolf is so well hidden that other people don't see it. So a part of you, when you deal with them, thinks you're crazy because things don't feel right, but there's no blatant aggression at times. So here is I want to do the myths real quick because this is really fascinating. So you are told that narcissists are usually ambitious, successful, go-getters, full of energy. They are charming. They are very charming. But the problem is covert narcissists are usually not very ambitious. They're stay-at-home people. They don't have a lot of ambition. They have a feeling of emptiness, fragility, low functioning sometimes. They kind of can be even seem depressed. They are very victim driven, right? We're also told that narcissists can be detectable. You can always tell them because they love to brag about achievements. But these types of narcissists always are the vulnerable. They always go like vulnerability is their bait. They love vulnerability. They love being in that lower position because that's how they manipulate. And they love to blame others. Best. So if I'm working with a covert narcissist and I say, hey, your drinking is out of control, like your family can't handle the way you're drinking now, instead of looking at their drinking, they then go, well, my drinking is because of his behavior in his family. And I'm like, Yeah, they didn't pour the alcohol down your throat and have you hold on to those resentments and have you not use your voice. That's your job. And you're playing the victim to be able to drink your alcohol and go into your addictive numbing behaviors. Instead of looking at that, you still want to play the victim and go into this role where I'm the victim. I blame others for my behavior. They love to do that. It's their favorite thing in the whole world. So when I then try to say it in different ways, it always goes back to blaming others for their behavior. And they have a ton of superficial relationships. They have a ton of like friends, a ton of people in their life, but no one actually really knows them. So deep down, they're alone, like they're empty and alone. And they have difficulty fitting in. So they might know a lot of people, but they don't feel like they fit in. They go above and beyond for everything. They almost exhaust themselves. They'll do and do and do and do, but it doesn't actually mean it. They're only doing it to get people to give them their self-worth, but they're not actually doing it out of the goodness of their heart. It's to manipulate. It's for personal gain. And they tend to avoid social situations that you actually have to be authentic. So notice if there's like an authentic exchange, sometimes they can't fill it. They can't go deeper. So it stays at a very surfacey level. And a lot of them, here's the thing I'm going to say, and people are going to get pissed right now. A lot of them hide behind religion. Yeah. They love to hide behind religion and that they believe, and I listen, I'm all for God and everything, but a lot of them love to hide behind religion and that they have this religion and they turn to, but they still really love to play that victim-y role that everybody else is against them and I am the one and da da da. And it's like, they want everyone to cater to them. So here's the cycle. And if any of this stuff ran true, I want you to look at this person this week and look at the cycle. There's different cycles. So it usually starts with idealization. So they come to you and they're like showering you with love and affection and they miss you so much and they want to talk to you and they text you, I haven't talked to you in forever, or let's go do something and let's be together. And they just like really want you to feel special and valued and you mean so much in their life and they miss you. All right. So they get you and you're together, right? And then they devalue you. While you're together, they then make passive aggressive remarks. They undervalue, they criticize, they make these little digs. And they start playing the victim. You don't show up for me. You didn't do this for me. You're not there. You're so busy. These are these little remarks like, I'm always there for you. Blip, 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 blip. And these are the ones that parents do to their adult children. So look for that. And then they discard. Then they abruptly will end it. They'll be like, fine, I can never do anything right. This is not, and then they'll like leave the dinner table or the restaurant, walk off, get off the phone, storm away. They do those things and play the victim like you just hurt them. And that is the cycle because they're hurt. And then it leaves the other person like, what just happened? I set a boundary or I took distance from you. Then you wanted me back in your life. So I gave it another chance. Then we got together and I was there and being authentic and trying to be there and be present. And then you kind of attacked me and was like belittling me and then asking for more. And it was too much. And then when I wasn't giving it to you or it wasn't enough, then you became the victim and made it all about you. And then I'm exhausted and drained and the energy is now taken from me and I have nothing left. And then now you made it all about you. And here we are again. And now I need to take space. Like that's the cycle with a covert narcissist. And it goes over and over and over again. And it's mentally exhausting until you start dealing with a covert narcissist. And here are the ways you deal with it. Study. Go learn about it. Go learn about the diagnosis. Look at all of it after listening to this. Oh my God, go get some treatment. Go learn how to set boundaries. You can't do this by yourself. You can read as much as you want, but you actually need someone to walk you through. Like a couple of my clients that I work with, they have parents that are covert narcissists. And they'll actually text me like, oh my God, my parent just said this. How do I respond? And I'll give them I'll voice text and give them different ways to say or deal or write back. Like, say it like this and deal with it like this. So it helps them have another voice to then they mold into their voice to then help them set boundaries. You got to stand up for yourself. They don't like it, but you got to do it because it's the only way to establish boundaries. You got to do it. And then if the boundaries and they don't keep disrespecting, take distance. Always take distance. Distance is the number one thing to get a covert narcissist to stop. And you don't take it personal because internally it's a personality disorder. There's nothing you can do to change it. You can't change them, but you can only take care of yourself. So you don't take it personal, even if it fucking hurts, because it fucking does hurt. I deal with a narcissist in my family and it hurts. It's to the core, my inner child. It hurts so bad. So don't take it personal, but feel your feelings and emotions. And then be prepared to enter the relationship. I have ended relationships with narcissists. I still, to this day, have not really spoken to the narcissist that much in my life. And it's probably going to end that way. And it's heartbreaking, but you don't deserve to be abused every time you talk to this person, even if they're in your family. You don't owe anybody to be abused constantly. It's not worth it. You are born with yourself. You die with yourself. You are the most important person. You do not need to get abused every day of your life or dealing with this person, no matter who they are. And seek therapy. You have to process this. This is trauma. And if you're dealing with this person still to this day, you're recutting yourself. This is new trauma. So you need to actually deal with the trauma and feel the feelings and emotions. Even if you're like, I don't feel anything. This person doesn't, I'm fine. No, you're not. Because internally, if they're a family member, that's a core wound. And this has probably been going on a long time. So that shit doesn't go away. You've just built walls and walls and walls and not feeling. And don't excuse their behavior anymore. Stop making fucking excuses. They are narcissists. They are covert, victim, martyr narcissists. Don't excuse their behaviors. They're selfish and self-seeking, and that is what it is. And do not, here's number one thing, do not fucking try to change them. They are not going to change. You cannot change a personality disorder. It doesn't happen. They are never going to change. Don't even try. The only way is to protect yourself. Self-preservation at all costs. So I'm dealing with this every day of my life. I have been since a very young child. You can do it too. It sucks. It is what it is. This is a part of life, living life on life's terms. Sometimes we deal with toxic, difficult people in our families, and we just have to learn the tools, feel our feelings, heal ourselves, and also protect ourselves at all costs. And I hope that this episode helps you because these things have helped me over the years. And I really, really want you to have freedom because we do not deserve to have more abuse and toxic relationships in our life. Thank you for listening to Secret Life Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know the topic you wanted me to talk about. Send a note to secretlifepodcast@icloud.com. Until next time. Thanks again for listening to the show. Please subscribe, rate, share, or send me a note at secretlifepodcast.com. And if you like to check out my book, head over to secretlifenovel.com or Amazon to pick up a copy for yourself or someone you love. Thanks again. See you soon.